All right, I'm gonna show you 3 different exercises that you can do to start off. The last one is going to be with the correct toe, but the first ones are going to be without it. And so if you decide, if you haven't bought the correct toe yet, you're waiting for it to arrive, or you just decide not to buy it, you can at least do these first 2. So the first one is, I personally can't really open my toe when it's just flat on the ground, but I do have to flex my toes and then open, and then I'm gonna push it down. So you have to raise your toes up, flex it out, try to widen that space between the second toe and the great toe as much as you can, and then press it down into the floor, and you're gonna feel that arch working right here when you press it down. And I would recommend doing around 10 reps with each foot. If you can't do that yet, do as many as you can until your foot starts cramping, and then massage it out. And you can do these as many times as you remember throughout the day when you're seated in your chair. And your foot will recover. So if you keep spacing it out throughout the day, your foot will strengthen and it will get better at this. Okay, so the next one is you're going to try to widen that toe. So put in like a pen or a pencil in between your big toe and your second toe. You can also do this with your other toes if you need to, if you're working on that, separating those two and pushing down. But my problem here is between my big toe and my second toe. So we're gonna just push down with both those toes, push down into the floor. And right now, as you can see, this is already kind of separating those toes so they don't squeeze together. So in this way, we're training this outer arch muscle to be working and strengthening a little bit more than the other muscles under the foot, which have been overused. So pushing down, separating out, and back. I do feel my calf working in this, and I feel that arch working. Okay, so the last one here is using the correct toe, putting it on. And same thing, pushing those toes into the floor and release, push. And this one, since it is the correct toes and they're separating all the toes, you can focus on all the toes, pushing them into the floor and then releasing. Right now what I feel is kind of the mid part of my toe squeezing into the floor rather than doing like a flex here or squeezing in. I'm pushing down into the middle of my foot or in the middle of my toe, not a squeeze here, and not pushing down into the forefoot either. It's the middle of the toe right here, across all the way.